The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below.
Welcome back to the channel as we get set for yet another series in this 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge. This is Series 9 with the 1927 Yankees leading this Gauntlet Challenge, winning 6 series and only losing 2. Today's series will feature the 2022 Boston Red Sox. Good old-fashioned Yankees-Red Sox rivalry has hit center stage in this 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge. And it looks like the pitching matchup for this game, for game 1 in this series, will be Nick Pivetta going for the Red Sox and Wade Hoyt going for the 1927 Yankees. Lineups have been exchanged in home plate, and let's get to it from Fenway, from modern Fenway Park. And with Earl Combs stepping up to the plate. 156. Is Pivetta an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for black die if flash. Nick Pivetta does have flash, so the black die 5 will be reduced to a black die 4, and we will have runners at the corners with a 4 and a 6, and the decider die was not used. So Earl Combs is going to be collecting 2 hits for his first 2 plate appearances of this game. And again, I'll roll any dice, and I have chosen to roll this red die. And the way that the 2 or 3 hits works is 1 or a 6 is a home run, 2 or a 5 is a single, 3 is a triple, and 4 is a double. If you roll a 1 or a 6, it'll be constituted as a solo home run. So Earl Combs gets to collect 2 hits. 5 will be a single, and a 6 is a home run, and immediately the 1927 Yankees jump on with a 1-0 lead here in the top half of the first. Here at Fenway, Earl Combs shot one over the Green Monster and out of the ballpark. And Mark Koenig will be the next batter off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 2. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 26. Home run king hits home run. Unfortunately for Mr. Koenig, he is not a home run king, so that is going to be a contact result of 2, and it's going to read, is Mark Koenig a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be another RBI for the 1927 Yankees as they lead this ball game by a score of 2-0, and the decider die was not used, so it's going to be an error on the RBI on my homebrew RBI narrative charts, with a error in the infield by the catcher. And with that, the top half of the first comes to an end, and we head to the bottom half with the score: 1927 Yankees 2 and the 2022 Red Sox coming to bat in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-4-5. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Kike Hernandez, or it says Enrique Hernandez, but we call him Kike. Kike Hernandez, a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for the black die of flash of control. It looks like Wade Hoyt has control. So this black die 4 will be reduced to a black die 3, and it's player's choice, either putting the runners on first and second or putting the runner on third. Since it's early and we don't want to get greedy, we'll play it safe for the 2022 Red Sox, as they will put runners on first and second, and Kike and Enrique Hernandez will pick up back-to-back singles over 2 plate appearances. And the Boston faithful here at Fenway are cheering on their Red Sox, hoping they can beat the Yankees. We hear a couple of Yankees sucks chants going wild here at Fenway. Now it's on to Rafi Devers for the men on base chart. And again, reading the black and blue dice as such, of a 23. Eager grounds out. Unfortunately for Devers, he is not an eager batter. That's going to load up the bases for the next guy in the lineup, and not a guy that you really want to be facing with the bases loaded. J.D. Martinez. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 26. Home run king, it's home run. Unfortunately, J.D. Martinez is not a home run king, so that's going to be an contact result of a 1, and it reads RBI for J.D. Martinez, as he will get on the board here via an E1 off of the decider die. I being blank, and off of my RBI question mark micro RBI narrative charts, and that's going to end the bottom half of the first with the score of 1927 Yankees 2 and the 2022 Red Sox 1. We now head to the top half of the second, and Babe Ruth will be the new batter to lead it off for the 1927 Yankees. 1-2-4. Is Pivetta an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe a champion batter? He is a semi-champion. However, the decider die says he is a champion. So that's going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. And it looks like no adjustment will be needed, as we will put Babe on at first with a 1 and a 4. It'll be a drop third strike result. And we will look at the catcher for the 2022 Red Sox, and that is Christian Vasquez. And as you can see, he is neutral. So we're going to roll the decider die again to determine what happens. So again, we will award Pivetta the strikeout, and also to Babe Ruth, as he also has a strikeout, but he does reach first base, but by what? So either way, the catcher was able to corral the loose ball. The throw is late, and the batter is safe at first via a strikeout via pass ball, and a blank is the throw sails over the first baseman's head, and the second baseman manages to corral the ball, keeping the runner at first. It'll be a strikeout and a throwing error on the catcher if the decider die lands on blank. And it will be a throwing error by Christian Vasquez. And Babe Ruth is aboard at first base with a drop third strike, E2 by Vasquez. And now we roll off of the men on base chart for Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. I think that is what they used to call him. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 15. Scrapper hits double. No, Lou Gehrig is not a scrapper. That is going to be hit high, hit far, and hit way gone. And that's going to do it for the top half of the second as Lou Gehrig hits a home run. And the 1927 Yankees lead game one of this series by a score of 4-1 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Xander Bogaerts will lead things off against Waite Hoyt here in the bottom half of the second. So that way you guys don't have to worry about the glare. And again, I do apologize for the glare. 2-4-5. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No. Is Bogaerts a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for black die, a flash of control. Hoyt does have control, so the black die 4 will be reduced to a black die 5 will be reduced to a black die 4, and we will put the runners on first and third, and it will read the decider die was not used, so it'll be multiple runners on base for first and third of a 2. And again, you can read any die that you want, even though it says blue die, but you can read any die that you want. So in order to make sense with what you just rolled. So in this case, I'll read off of a 2. The red die 2 for first and third. It is a walk and a stolen base in the first appearance and a single in his second appearance. That's going to bring on current Yankee and former Red Sox, Alex Verdugo. 146, or excuse me, reading the black and blue dice is such of a 46 off of the men on base chart. Same reliever gets the strikeout. Unfortunately, we don't have a righty-righty matchup, so it's going to be a contact result of an RBI, courtesy of the red die 1, and it's going to be an error by the pitcher. Oh, error by the pitcher, Waite Hoyt, and Alex Verdugo is going to get the RBI. I off of that. Oh man, as we close out the second inning here at Fenway with your score of 1927 Yankees 4 and the 2022 Red Sox 2. Top half of the third, and Bob Musial will be stepping up to the plate now. 4-5-6. Is the pitcher not fresh? And again, the way that I work freshness, for those of you that are just joining us for the first time, or if you just stumbled upon this video in the YouTube algorithm, again, I so glad that you clicked on this video. And if you like the content that you see, please consider subscribing for future content, as I will be posting on my channel very soon. And with freshness, I read it as I play it as 3 full fresh and 3 semi fresh for both sides. So that way everything is evened out. So that way we have a fair competition between the two pitching staffs. So in this case, Nick Pivetta is still fresh. And 4, 5, 6, we go to a champion batter check. Bob Musial is a semi-champion. The decider die says he is not. So that is going to be a no runs result with a chance for a solo home run check. However, the batter, Bob Musial, does not have either the home run king or slugger qualities in order for a solo home run check. So it'll be a no runs result of 4 blank, excuse me. And that's going to end the top half of the third inning here at Fenway. Your score remains 4-2 in favor of the 1927 Yankees. Trevor Story will lead things off here in the bottom half of the third with a 4.45. Is Hoyt a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Trevor Story a hero batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a no runs result of 4 blank to end the third inning altogether. And your score remains 1927 Yankees 4 and the 2022 Red Sox 2. We move to the top half of the fourth, and Tony Lazzeri will lead it off for the 1927 Yankees. 5.56. Is Pivetta a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Tony Lazzeri a hero batter? He is not. So that's going to be a check of a solo home run possibility, followed by a no runs result if there is none. And it seems Tony Lazzeri has the semi slugger. However, the black die is not a 6. So that is going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to end the fourth inning altogether here at Fenway with the score 1927 Yankees 4 and the 22 Red Sox 2. We head to the bottom half of the fourth, and Franchi Cordero will be the new batter. 4.66. Is Hoyt a workman pitcher? He is not. Is Cordero a hero batter? He is not. So that's going to be a no runs result. However, there's a possibility for a chance for a solo home run. The black die is 6, and Franchi Cordero is a semi slugger. However, the decider die says he is not a slugger, and that is going to be a no runs result automatically of 6 blank to end the fourth inning here at Fenway. Your score remains 4-2 in favor of the 1927 Yanks as we head to the fifth inning here at Fenway Park, America's most beloved ballpark. And Joe Duggan will lead it off here in the top half of the fifth. 3.36. Is Pivetta a workman pitcher? He is a semi-workman. However, the decider die says he is a workman. So that is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment. And it looks like that Joe Duggan is a semi-stoic runner. So it's a -1 for stoic base running, a +1 for active base running, and no adjustment needed for neutral. So we're going to see if Joe Duggan is stoic or not. And he is. So this black die 3 will be reduced to a black die 2 with a 4 and 3 and a 6. That is going to be a double for Joe Duggan, and that's not what you want here in the 5th inning, as Pat Collins will now hit off of the men on base chart. And before he does so, let's see if that pen is active for the 2022 Red Sox. They are not, so they're putting trust in Pivetta to get through this 5th inning here at Fenway. And Pat Collins will lead it off on the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 56. Patient batter draws the walk. Pat Collins is a semi-patient batter. However, the decider die says he is not. So that is going to be a contact result of a red die 4. It reads, is Pat Collins either a champion or hero batter? Unfortunately, he is not. So that is going to be a ground out to end the top half of the 5th. And Nick Pivetta gets out of it, keeping the score right where it's at as we head to the bottom half of the 5th here at Fenway. Christian Vasquez will lead things off here in the bottom half of the 5th. Current Twin catcher, former Astro and former Red Sox catcher. And he gets a 2-2-4. For his turn is Wade Hoyt, an ace pitcher. He is a semi-ace. The decider die says he is an ace. So that is going to do it for the Red Sox here in this inning, as they get a no runs result of 2 blank to end the 5th inning here at Fenway. And your score remains 1927 Yankees 4 and the 2022 Red Sox 2. And let's see, Nick Pivetta is going to be able to pitch in the 6th inning here. He will. But now let's see if that pen is active, just in case if the starter begins to falter. They are. So the pen is active for the 2022 Red Sox, just in case if Nick Pivetta falters at any given point. So we're going to have Nick Pivetta go one more inning here, and then we will head off to hand things over to the pen to keep this game right where it's at. 3-4-5. Is Pivetta a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Pascal a sat sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result, -1 for black die of flash or control. Nick Pivetta does have flash. However, the decider die says he does not have control. The decider die says no. No, he has flash, but he does not have control. So that is going to be a men on base 4 result, putting the runners on at first and third. Runners at the corners, as we have a 3 and a 4. It'll be a reroll of the decider die to determine the outcome. And it looks like Pascal will get 2 hits out of this, out of his 2 plate appearances. 5 is a single, and 2 was another single. So back-to-back singles for Ben Pascal. And we now head to Earl Combs off of the men on base chart. Black and blue dice is such of a 14. Scrapper hits single. Earl Combs is a semi-scrapper, and the decider die says he is a scrapper. That's going to be an RBI, and the 1927 Yankees creep out another run as they now lead this game 5-2 And it looks like that'll be the end of the day for Nick Pivetta as he goes over to the first base um, first base dugout where Alex Cora, the 2022 Red Sox manager, shakes his hand, and on a job well done, we'll try to score as many runs as we can to prevent you from getting a decision. Because right now, Nick Pivetta will be on hook for the loss if the Red Sox don't come back in this game. We now move to the bottom half of the sixth, and Jackie Bradley Jr. lead things off here in the bottom half of the sixth at Fenway. 256. That way you guys can see. Here we go. 256. Is Wade Hoyt a workman pitcher? No. Is Jackie Bradley Jr. a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die if Flash. Yes, 256. If Flash. Hoyt does not have Flash, so JBJ is going to get on base with a double courtesy of my men on base narrative chart. And that's going to bring up Kike or Enrique Hernandez. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 55. Batting team dissonant or pitching team harmony. It looks like the batting team is not dissonant, but however, the pitching team is harmony. They are semi-harmonious, and the decider die says they are harmonious. So that's going to be a flyout to end the sixth inning here at Fenway Park. And your score remains 5-2 in favor of the 1927 Yankees. And it looks like that the Red Sox, a new pitcher is coming out of the bullpen. And while he takes his warm-up tosses, we will take a timeout. And we are back at Fenway Park for the top half of the seventh, and the new pitcher for the 2022 Red Sox and the bullpen hero will be Tanner Houck, or Tanner Houck. If I butcher any names, I do apologize. And he will be facing off against Mark Koenig to begin the top half of the seventh. 114. Is Tanner a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Mark Koenig a champion batter? He is not. That is going to take us to the stretch with a no-run result of 1 blank. And these fine folks here at Fenway start a good rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Fenway. And let's see, and while they do so, let's see if Wade Hoyt is able to go for the 7th inning. He is. But just in case, is the bullpen active for the 1927 Yankees if Hoyt decides to crack? They are. They are. So Hoyt will stay in this game here as we head to the bottom half of the seventh, and Rafi Devers will lead it off for the 2022 Red Sox. 126. Is Hoyt a struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Rafael Devers a hero batter? He is a hero batter, so that is going to be a min on base result with a base running adjustment, and it looks like the decider die was not used. So Rafi Devers is going to get on base with a min on base 1 result, courtesy of the black die reducing the black die 2 to a black die 1, and it will be a catcher's interference. Oh man, is this the rally? Is this the start of the rally for the Red Sox that they are looking for here in game 1 of this best of 5 game series? Let's see and find out as JD Martinez will be the next batter up. Reading the black and blue dice as such. Batting at home. JD Martinez is batting at home, and he's going to get a single out of that, and runners advance 90 feet. And that'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. With men on first and second, and the catcher goes out to the mound along with the pitching coach, see what they want to do here. And we remind you that for those of you that are just tuning in, or for those of you that are just stumbling upon this video for the first time, again, I thank you for clicking on this video. And if you like what you see, please do consider subscribing to the channel for future content, as I will hopefully be posting more videos in the near future. So with that being said, the mound visit is all broken up. Hoyt faces Bogaerts off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 12. Oh man, it reads slugger hits home run. Bogaerts is a semi-slugger. The decider die says he is a slugger. That one is hit high, hit far, out towards the monster, and gone. We are tied at 5 apiece as Wade Hoyt decides to offer up a breaking ball to Xander Bogaerts, and he made him pay by hitting that ball out to the monster, towards the monster stands, or excuse me, the monster seats, and gone, and possibly onto Lansdowne Street here in Boston at Fenway Park. Oh man, we are tied at 5, so that is going to be a no decision for Nick Pivetta, and Tanner Houck will be, or Tanner Houck, whatever. If I butcher any names, I do apologize. He will be the pitcher of record, as Alex Verdugo steps up to the plate with a 56 off of the men on base chart with a patient draws the walk result. However, Alex Verdugo is not a patient batter, so that's going to be a contact result of 4. It reads, is Verdugo either a champion or hero batter? Verdugo is a semi-hero. The decider die says he is not a hero, so that is going to be a ground out to end the 7th inning altogether, but not before damage was done, as Xander Bogaerts ties up the game off of a 3-run home run towards the monster seats, and out of the ballpark and out of the stadium onto Lansdowne, putting the score now tied up at 5-all as we head to the top half of the 8th inning. And Bambino Babe Ruth is stepping up to the plate right now. 2-4-5. Let's see about the glare. There we go. 2-4-5. Is Houck a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe Ruth a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a men on base result. -1 for black die if flash or control. Tanner Houck does have flash, and the decider die reads for control 2-4-5. No. Yes, the decider die was not used. So Tanner Houck has both flash and control. So the black die will be reduced to a black die 5 will be reduced to a black die 3. And we are going to put the runner on third with a 2 and a 3. That is going to be a double and an error by a certain fielder. It'll be the left fielder getting the error as I roll position on the D10. So the left fielder gets the air double in the air, advancing Babe Ruth to third base. So he gets a double, and somehow he made a botch in the outfield. He was blinded by the lights, couldn't see where the ball was, made a mistake and threw it past second and into the seats or into the dugout. But who knows what could have happened. And again, your score remains 5-5 as we head to the men on base chart for Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse. Reading the black and blue dice is such of a 13. Hawk is the relief pitcher, so he is going to get the pop out to end the 8th inning to keep the score right where it's at, tied up at 5-all. And Wade Hoyt looks like the manager has shook his hand, and the 1927 Yankees are going to see, or excuse me, we'll see who the new pitcher is for the 1927 Yankees, and we will take a timeout while he takes his warm-up tosses before the bottom half of the 8th. Timeout. Ross Thomas will be the new 1927 Yankees pitcher, as he will be the bullpen hero and will be fresh for the remainder of this game. So again, if the Red Sox do score here in the bottom half of the 8th, the loss is going to go to Miles Thomas and not to Wade Hoyt. 1-2-2 for Trevor Story. Is Miles a struggler pitcher? No. Is Story a champion batter? No, he is not. So that's going to be a no-runs result of 2-blank to keep the score tied up at 5-all. And we head to the top half of the 9th with that same score of 5-all here at Fenway Park, here in Boston. Here is Bob Musial to lead off the top half of the 9th. Here. 1-1-2. Is Tanner Houck an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Bob Musial a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That's going to be an RBI question mark result. The decider die says he does get the RBI, and the 1927 Yankees take a 6-5 lead here in game 1 of this series. And let's see what the result was, of the outcome of the RBI was up of my RBI narrative chart. It'll be a hit, and it looks like a 1 on the blue die is going to be a home run here for the here for Bob Musial and the 1927 Yankees. Oh man, now Hawk is on the docket for the loss, but still, he could still get the win here, as he is the pitcher of record, as Franchi Cordero steps up to the plate now here in the bottom half of the 9th. And this is the 2022 Red Sox's last chance here in game 1 to make a statement for this series. 3-5-6. Is Thomas a workman pitcher? He is a workman. That's going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment and no adjustment needed, as the tying and go-ahead runs are on base, or the game tying and the game winner is on second base. So the tying run is on third, the game winner is on second with a 3 and a 5, and it looks like multiple runners on base since the decider die was not used. So we will look at a 6 For second and third, it'll be back-to-back singles in one appearance and a double and an RBI to tie the game up at 6 apiece. So now the winning run is on third base, courtesy of my optional men on base narrative homebrew chart, my homebrew optional men on base narrative chart. And that'll set up kindly for Christian Vasquez to seal the deal, hopefully, here in game one of this best of 5 game set. Reading the black and blue dice as such of a 16, good eye rolls again. Unfortunately for Christian Vasquez, he is not a good eye. That is going to be a strikeout. And folks, we are going to extra innings here in game one of this best of 5 game set between the 1927 Yankees and the 2022 Boston Red Sox. Let's go with Tony Lazzeri here off of the not the minimum base chart, in the top half of the 10th off of the main chart. 135. Is Hawk an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Lazzeri a champion batter? He's a semi-champion. However, the decided eye says no, he is not. So that's going to be a no runs result of 5 dot to end the top half of the 10th. And we go now to the bottom half of the 10th when JBJ is standing in the box looking to walk things off here at Fenway, sending the Fenway faithful home happy here in game one of this best of 5 game set. 455. Is Thomas a workman pitcher? He is a workman. That is going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment, and it looks like the decider die is not used, so it'll be it'll keep the the black die remaining at 5, which is a runners on second and third, and we are going to determine now what the outcome is of the men on base chart. Multiple runners on base, it will read a 4 for second and third. It'll be a hit by pitch in one appearance, a single in the other, and a runner's advance 2 bases single in the third, plus a stolen base. That is going to set up Kike Hernandez with the winning run, standing on third base, just 90 feet away. Reading the black and blue dice as such. 33. That scrapper hits single. Kike Hernandez is not a scrapper, and that is going to do it with your score, with the final score as the 2022 Boston Red Sox come from behind to win game one of this best of 5 game series by a final score of 7-6 here in the 10th inning. It'll be a triple, and it doesn't matter. It's a game-winning RBI. We will record it as a single for Kike Hernandez, as he only needed 1 hit to get it done, and he got it. As Miles Thomas is going to get the loss, and Tanner Huck will get the win here in this one. And game one goes to the 2022 Red Sox as they now lead the series 1-0, with game 2 coming up later on today. And again, your final score from Fenway Park here in game 1, the 2022 Red Sox walk things off via a Kike Hernandez game-winning hit He got a triple, but he only needed one hit, and that's what he got. And the Red Sox will take it by a final score of 7-6 in 10 innings.